Pulling live streaming with Terry Hagadorn, the lovely Kinsey, Matt Hart, and myself, Larry Richwine. And it's supposedly tonight, if you're a regular viewer, Jason, in his great wisdom, said I was the lead. So we'll see how that works. But in the meantime, welcome, Terry. Long time no see. Well, I seen you at the PPL banquet, but before that, it'd been several years. So
yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, well, it's
back in the 80s, I think, when we ran NTPA.
Yeah, that'd have been, I don't know what, 95. Didn't you win the points in 95, I believe? NTPA?
Yeah, rookie year. We flew up to Detroit the year that fall, or the earlier fall, and asked them if I could sign up to run on a national, and they said, well, we don't know who you are. And they wouldn't sign up. So I said, well, I guess I'll just have to win the damn thing so I can run on a pre-commitment deal.
There you go.
So that's what we did.
Well, I know at that time you and Sheila both were driving, weren't you?
No. Well, yeah. We had two trucks. And
yeah, that's what I thought.
Kind of got the hand-me-down.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Then she started beating me with it.
Sometimes that ain't all bad, is it? Well, that's right.
Well, you know, when you're not the one that has to fix it and rebuild it, and you can just help, you run it harder than if you, I know she was doing horses because my wife Linda was doing entries back then. They'd talk horses and we'd talk pulling trucks. So, yeah, good times. So you've won the Farm Machinery Show, what, 2 or 3 times as well? Louisville?
A couple times, I think. That's been years back.
Yeah.
We normally don't sign up because I'm so busy in the shop. And
right.
It's not that we don't want to go, but it's just hard to get.
Oh, I know. Well,
cattle.
There's some of them that freshen them up and hope to get to go to Louisville, and the rest of them are too busy trying to get ready for the next summer season. So you say you were on the dyno today? Are you getting all ready for the Pullers Championship?
We're working on a super stock Ford motor for a customer. And
okay,
we'll be back on there tomorrow. Got another one to go.
So you got both yours ready?
Both of mine are ready.
Both of yours are ready to go then?
I was sharpening tires Sunday morning at 7 o'clock. And then Chad Mayhill texted me this afternoon, said that he had another new set coming. Should be here Wednesday.
Cool.
So
cool.
We're going to make a test hits at Boonville Saturday. So.
Oh, yeah? Are they having an event there, or you just got a range where you can make a pass?
They got a test and tune from 1 to 4, and then a show that night. I won't be running in the show, but we'll go over and want to do some clutch testing.
Cool. So. Sure.
Nice. How close to home is that for you?
Sneak away if I can and try the new stuff.
Right. What'd you say, Matt?
What's up?
Well, I was just asking Terry how far that is from home for him for that tech and tune. Are you're pretty close to home? Do you get to bring a couple units for that?
The test and tune?
Yeah. Is that pretty close to home for you?
Yeah, Boonville.
Okay. And I'm not sure where home is for you. Is that right up the road maybe?
Thompson, Missouri.
Okay.
We're about in central Missouri.
Okay.
Missouri.
Yep, Missouri. That's right. They pronounce it that way down there, Kenzie. It's not a Wisconsin.
You got to show them. They're from Missouri. You got to show them. It's a show me state. Yeah.
Well, that's what he was talking about. He came in first place, and that's how he got back in. They didn't know who he was, so they said, "Show me." I like that. I like that.
You know, you'll have that. The problem I used to have, if you seen them at the banquet after seeing them all summer in fire suits and helmets and T-shirts and all grubby, when you seen them in a suit and tie at the banquet, many a time I'd help them line up, get ready to go get their awards, and I'd look at them and think, oh, God, I know you. Who the hell are you? But, I mean, you're not used to them seeing them cleaned up. Now, Terry, you can distinguish his mustache, and he usually has a cowboy hat. Where's your cowboy hat at tonight, Terry?
Oh, I didn't. That's my wife decided we needed to do that. I don't like it.
All right.
Horsepower that you can't
You
tell.
don't like it. Well, where's she at? We should give her a heck because you don't have your cowboy hat on.
Bashful. Except for
she was bashful, yeah. I was going to say, I don't remember being too bashful, but that's okay. Sheila, I know you can hear me, and yes, I'm giving you heck, and no, I don't care.
She's laughing in the living room in there.
That's all right. I seen they had the lineups published. Looks like you got pretty good draws. You got like third and fifth hook on Friday, and fourth and eighth hook on Saturday.
Yeah.
So
that track's
like, Donnie Reeves has got. Is it?
Yeah, it's
why is it tricky?
Trucks. A lot of driving involved there.
Well, used to be years ago, about everybody had to read a track good and drive, but today's generation of pullers, no offense to the young bucks, but they seem to think it's all horsepower and go out there and hammer it. But that's not the case, especially in a four-wheel drive class. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, most of the pulls are won or lost in the first 100 feet.
I would have to agree. Yeah. Four-wheel drive is pretty, takes a lot of finesse to get it down the track.
Yeah, and the just constant changing on your setup. About the time you get it figured out, the sled guys decide they want to do something a little different, and you have to start all over. But
sure.
We keep putting more and more power in the trucks, and then try to figure out how to use it.
Right. Well, do you think you'll ever get too much power that you won't be able to hook it to the ground, though? Surely you will.
Well, we're probably really close because we've been working on this prototype motors with Dave Vinsner for 3 years here. We started when COVID hit and didn't really know what our business was going to do, so it kind of tamed it down for a little bit, but it's making some serious horsepower. And I've got 2 of them, but we're only putting one in the gunpowder truck till I figure out how to use it.
So the silver bullet ones are going in that truck first, and you're going to run the other truck with something you know what the setup is. Is that the case?
Right. The kicking up dust truck, we're going to leave the motor in that we won the points with last year, so we got a
cool
kind of a standard to see where we're at and see if I'm just guessing wrong or
well,
you got to learn how to use it. When we're coming up through the ranks, 50 horsepower would mess you up.
I know. Well, and like I say, it's one of those deals that like the whole key to it is getting it hooked to the ground. So
yeah, so we're concentrating mainly on the clutch program this season. So
cool.
Trying to get it on the ground.
So you got a pedal clutch or just centrifugal weights on the clutch?
Kind of a secret there.
Oh, that's a secret. Well, we could look in the cab and see if you got a pedal. I mean, it's not secret when you can see a pedal.
But you won't know whether I got my foot on it or not.
All right. Okay. All right. I'll give you that. Okay. And I'm pretty sure there's a few other ones that would give me the same answer. Yeah. One of them's about my size, only a little taller. Yeah. He just planted corn today, I think, for the first time. So, yeah, he'd probably tell me the same thing. Yeah. Well, you don't know if I'm using it or not, damn it. So
you can pick up a lot of stuff on videos. I seen that great big yellow clutch pedal in his truck when he was showing it off.
Yeah, they need to paint that a different color.
A lot of things that. after he got everything back, he changed a lot of things and found a lot of things they had adjusted while they had it there for a few years, and he's starting from scratch pretty much again. But hopefully, he's got it ready to go because you got to try to beat like you and Bosch and other people, So
Yeah,
other than you, go ahead.
Go. I don't think I ever really had to run against Jason.
Might have been Jeff City there at the end. NTPA days at Jeff City.
I went to Jeff City one time and I won that event. I think we was in a pull-off with Holman's and Three Bears, somebody else.
Yeah. Bob Smith, God love him. He always wanted me to go look at somebody's hitch. Dang it, they're cheating, Larry. That's what he kept saying. I said, Bob, if they're cheating, they're not cheating good enough to beat you. So leave me alone. But yeah, I think Jeff City. The last time we were at Jeff City with NTPA, I'm pretty sure you were there, and I know Jason was because they were trying to wear out Rob Foster by keep rolling different tires out of the truck. Tanya finally come over and said, "Quit doing that. He's changing his tires." I mean, they didn't even put them on, but they'd roll out a set, and set them next to the truck, and Rob would be over there changing tires. So they were playing with him, I think. But that's part of it. They like to have fun, just like all of us do.
Yeah, when I first showed up in TPA, Bob Smith had that little John Deere, and I said, "Look at that old fart with tractor dragging them trucks around." Well, guess who's the old fart with a tractor now?
It's not a bad way to move them around, is it?
Yeah, you never want to comment on something that you don't know about because you probably ought to be paying attention more.
Right. What do you think about these boys from California that's coming to play? I told them, I said, you're jumping in the deep end of the pool, boys, but they're all gung-ho about it, and hopefully they have pretty good luck.
Well, I'll just let that go. We'll see how that pans out.
There you go. Well, they one of them, I don't have any money in it, but I finally told him, if you'll bring that thing to Brownsburg, Indiana, I'll finish building the rest of it, and then you can pick it up. Because, my God, I built it over the phone, I think. I gave him heck about it. And he was on here a few weeks ago. I don't think he appreciated that comment, and he's probably watching right now, and he probably still don't appreciate it. Would you say, Matt? Huh? Yeah?
Yeah, they were good guests here a couple of weeks ago. They were good sports about it. I think that's a long ways to come to be running in here. Michael, who yeah, we'll find out. Michael was saying you're Mr. Mountain Motor yourself, so I guess they're gonna have to meet him up close and personal if they come out to Nashville, Illinois for the Pullers Championship here.
So Terry, besides you, the ones with what they're commenting as mountain motors, is it just you and Jimmy Bosch, or who else is going to be there that's got the big motor, bigger than 650?
I built Claypool's motor. And
okay,
he hasn't really had time to freshen it yet. We're going to freshen it right after that event. But it's a 770.
Yeah.
And Jim's got one, and I think that's probably it.
So probably 5 or 6, about half the class is big motors then?
Yeah.
Because there's, 10 vehicles, I think, entered, and each one, 10 vehicles. So, all right. Well, that's
always figured it was better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. That's what the throttles.
There you go.
You'd be surprised how many pulls I've won and never went wide open.
Oh, no, I wouldn't, because I tend to watch butterflies and throttle linkages, and it's amazing. Like I say, of all the classes, I believe four-wheel drive is the most driver class there is. I mean, you guys have to come out and drive it right and get it hooked up and go. You can't just come out and hammer it and hang on. That just don't work in a four-wheel drive.
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
We had
Matt, you're awful quiet.
Go ahead.
Hey, I'm just taking it all in.
Matt.
There's a lot of wisdom here tonight, Larry. You know, it's if I can sit back and learn, oh goodness, I'm gonna have to. It's a good thing I'm already home because I'd forget how to get there if make room for all the knowledge. You know, it's exciting. So Terry, I have to ask because I've not been to a Pullers Championship, and obviously you have. How many times have you been pulling at this event since it started a couple years ago, or was last year your first year? Talk about that a little bit.
Well, we've been to that track, I think, 4 times, but we've only pulled in the championship deal once.
Yeah, right on. So down at Holzhauer's in Nashville, I'm sure, hit it a couple times during the summer and dirt's usually about the same, it's just a matter of keeping it dry. I don't know how much rain they're getting down there, but seems like it's going to be looking good. I mean, can't believe we're only 10, 11 days away. You said you got a couple motors in it, just as far as your truck, and then are there a couple others? Because I'm naive to this. I'm kind of the crowd source, maybe the people sitting in the stands wondering how many trucks in the class motors have you built or worked on? Did you say 2? I think I heard you say earlier.
Well, Joe Claypool with the Risky Business truck, I do his engines or engine.
Okay.
And that's the only one in that class.
Okay. Very cool.
Thornton's with the thumper truck, I built the frame for that truck for them. But they're not in that this year. They were last year.
Mm-hmm.
So
cool.
Larry, are you going to make it to the poll? I couldn't remember if you're going to be able to get there or not. You're doing something with it, aren't you?
I will be the fuel cop like I am at Louisville. I'll be checking fuel, offering a free test in the afternoon before the driver's meeting for 2 or 3 hours. And then that evening, I will be kind of an official at large or official that is large. I don't know how you explain that. Anyway, Jonathan really hasn't told me, but I'm pretty sure he thinks I'm a large official. Anyway, but no, I will be there. And I know I'll take some fuel samples off maybe the top 1 or 2 or 3 of each class and keep them on their toes. And a lot of roll cages to do. I got cages I need to inspect, and a bunch of them are coming that haven't been inspected. I mean, even though PPL honors NTPA's inspection sticker, we're trying to get where we've got most all of them done with the PPL sticker as well. So between cages and fuel, that'll probably be the bulk of my responsibilities, unless somebody falls down and they can have a flagman that's sitting in a golf cart flag, but I don't think that'll happen. So.
That works out all right.
I will be there, yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good. Keeping an eye on things.
I will be there.
All right.
Yeah.
We had Cole, is it Lundahl? I'm probably saying it wrong. He's asking Terry, will we see the trucks out at some outlaw events this season, or are you just committed to PPL for points this year, Terry?
Well, PPL's our main deal. If we can make some of the outlaws, we'll try to make them. They've added some pulls, and a lot of times they overlap each other, so it's hard to get to all of them. We were going to try to go to Montgomery City. I don't think we can go to Rock Valley. I'd like to go to Rock Valley because that's a really good track. But I've got one scheduled right on top of it.
Cool.
So those will probably be
but I figured you'd try to be defending that points title, that championship.
Well, I just tend to go where the money's at, and they pay really good.
I know they do.
All this stuff price keeps going up. You kind of have to keep that in the back of your head, but
I understand. Yeah. Well, and all the sponsors are back on board for PPL, and it seems like they're getting even more. So, the money's not going to be any less. It might be more. So it seems to be one of the main trends that people that run PPL like the money and the way they're treated and the series of events they've got. And it's a good circuit. And I know I'm glad to be a part of it for this year and hopefully many more. But Sheila, she's off camera somewhere just listening. She's really not going to come by and at least say
camera.
She counted though.
He's listening. She's not very quiet when we're at the poll.
Yeah.
So
I'm familiar with that. Yeah.
And kind of keeps me in line, and we'll be kind of erratic, and I'm talking over what we might do, and she'll go, well, what you got to go with your gut. Quit screwing around. What do you think you need to do? Go with your first instinct. Yeah.
Oh, she still have horses and stuff, does she?
Yeah, we got one. I think he's 28 years old.
Wow.
We've got a lot of
Wow. Okay. I know how that goes. So anyway. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know Kinsey, what's our schedule?
Well, we have Mr. Chris Jeffres.
I seen he just come on.
Mm-hmm. Well, he has his mic muted, so hopefully
he's sitting in a good office there, isn't he? Yeah.
Cool guy.
Well,
he's in a nice office. I'm in the side of a metal machine shed. Yeah. So yeah.
Me too.
Well, and Terry's got the trophy room behind him. I think that looks pretty nice, and lights are looking good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look. John said, yes, Larry, I'm here. You're all good. That's the one that I claimed I rebuilt part of his truck. I didn't rebuild part of it, but I would have. If he'd have brought the damn thing to Indianapolis, I'd have built it for him.
He'll be closer in May than he's ever been, Larry, so be ready.
For a fee, I would have finished it. Yeah.
It's not free, it's fee. Chris, how you doing tonight? Welcome to the show.
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
You bet. He says only 60%. Yeah. No, it's sure good to see you. What's good and exciting with you? Are you ready for the Pullers Championship coming up here quite soon?
Well, to be honest, no. We're working our butts off to get the trucks ready. We put trannies back in, 2 of them today. We still got to build the engine for the general. Parts are trickling in this week, and somebody's got to keep UPS making a lot of money with overnight fees. So,
yeah, what can Brown do for you? Charge you a whole lot. That's one of the things.
Yeah.
You bet.
They can bring me parts in a timely fashion, usually. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, we're getting there. We're getting ready. We're pretty excited. We got to do a few more changes, updates for meet the PPL rules, so that won't be no big deal. And we're looking forward.
I don't know, those tech guys. I heard those tech guys can be real buttholes. That's what I heard. I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard it too.
Yeah, I heard they hired one that was even more of a butthole than they were used to, and they're going to turn him loose. And I doubt if that happens. But,
that happens.
Not to cut you off, Terry. Terry, you got anything else you want to share with the people online tonight, or are you ready to go tell Sheila it's time to go eat supper? What are you doing, man?
I just remind everybody that if they can't make it to the poll, to live stream it. And
there you go.
Thank you for having me on. And I'm usually tarred and in bed by now.
Well, I'm an hour ahead of you, so usually when I sign off, I'm always wired up because I'm drinking a Coltrane energy drink, which I'm not tonight, I must admit. And but yeah, I usually am all wired, and I decide to go to White Castle because it's 11 p.m. And if you want to really take and clean out, yeah, I'll shut up. But anyway, White Castles are good.
That's a decision.
Well, Kinsey, sometimes when you make a decision, it's not always a good decision.
Oh, I know. I've made many not very good ones.
Yeah. If you want to hang around, Terry, you're welcome to. But if you want to cut out, we understand and we appreciate your time, and we'll be rooting for you, man. Well, I shouldn't say that because I probably ought to root for Jason because everybody thinks they're really my nephews. They're not. God love them. They're good friends. But everybody, are they really your nephew? Well, no. But anyway, yeah. Well, I'll be rooting for the whole class not to explode and make a mess in the track.
We try to be friends with everybody until I put my helmet on. That's all I can say.
Well,
so
soon
they
drop a hook in that hole.
Okay. Later.
All right.
Thanks for being on, Terry. Good luck.
See you, Terry. Thanks. So, Chris, how do we say your last name correctly, sir?
Jeffres.
Jeffries?
Jeffries.
It's butchered all the time. People add I's, Y's. They add all sorts of things to it.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, if I read it like I see it, it's Jeffres.
Jeffries,
So,
that's
that close
it.
enough?
That is.
Okay. Anyway, so you're bringing 3 semis?
I am. God willing, if everything
Wow.
starts, yes.
Now we had
So
somebody
you said
ask.
you had to get them legal for PPL rules. Where do you normally run?
Well, I've run with full pull the last couple years, big rig series.
Right.
We decided last year. I used to go pulling a lot with John Raymond with the diesel supers and traveled a lot of that wonderful long travel from New York to Hutch and all them. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
kind of missed
Yeah,
it
I'm
for
familiar.
some odd reason. So I decided to sign up with NTPA this year and give that a whirl.
Cool.
Nice.
I'm familiar with. You don't know why you do it, but you enjoy doing it. So let's do it again. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, the only thing
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward
So
to is all the traveling through Ohio. Ohio is so boring to drive through.
Well,
You're not wrong.
I got a lot of friends and past working cohorts that are from Ohio, so I won't say those damn Buckeyes. But if you look up what Buckeye is in the dictionary, it's a worthless nut. And the same way that if you look up what the meaning of Hoosier is, Hoosier's a Greek word meaning redneck. So I'm in Indiana, so I'm a redneck, and they're worthless nuts. But anyway, what are your wife and kids and everybody coming with you? Are you the only one drives out of the family?
No, I drive 2 of the trucks. I run the Bad Dog, the Mac that's in the picture, a GMC General, which is called General Stupidity. And then the last truck we just built and got it out last year was Temperamental. And my main mechanic that helps me all the time, he operates that truck.
So is it temperamental or is it just named temperamental?
Well, we named it that. It is temperamental. It didn't have a very good showing last year. It's our first shot at an electronic motor. We're figuring out the bells and whistles in that thing. My guys spent a lot of time with tuning it and playing with it, and it's coming around.
So what's it got in it? A Cat or Cummins? What's it got in it?
Cat.
All
3 trucks have cats.
Electronic motor. So you're sitting there with a laptop tuning it as it builds boost or what?
So the Temperamental is the only one with the electronic. It's got a standalone ECM in it. So he can make any tune he wants for that one. It's pretty impressive what he can do. Cool. The other 2 are mechanicals. I got Cyclone engine in one, and the other one's my own concoction.
So are they multi-charger or single charger? What are they?
Single. They're all pro stocks.
Okay, cool.
There's Temperamental.
So do you got that 6-inch charger on like the pro stock tractors do? Have you had to get those restraint systems that are involved now?
I did. I got 2 of the trucks, the mechanicals have the 6-inch, and we got the restraints. Tonight I just learned we need to add the 1/2-inch bolts. I thought the cages were sufficient, but we're adding bolts too now. Yeah,
PPL wants the bolts too, and I tell you the rationale I've been told to use on that. Not been told, but I've been using. What it is when they put airbags in cars, they didn't take the seatbelts out.
There you go. That's a good way to look at it. I'm not butthurt. It's an easy thing. It takes 5 minutes to drill the holes and put them in. So if that's all I got to do to meet the rules, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, seriously, I don't blame you.
And it don't cost me that much compared to everything else we got to add to these things.
Well, it depends on if your hardware store is a high-end hardware store or a regular hardware.
No, I was just going to go to Harbor Freight, find something. So
Harbor Freight, wow. You talk about that, but there's a pretty prominent diesel superstock from Iowa. I never mentioned name, Bone Twister, that sent me a picture with all thread in the pipe. And I said, for God's sakes, I hope this is a joke. But yeah, he had all thread for bolts. I'm thinking, oh, God. So but I'm pretty sure that was a joke. So at least if, hope it was, Travis, if you're watching. So yeah. Oh, well. So any special sponsors you're pushing this year when you're out there? You bringing anybody with you besides your family?
Well, I'm hoping my wife's still undecided. She wants to go, but the kids, school and everything. So we're going to see if they can go or not. But yeah, we're gonna bring a couple guys from the shop. Sponsors wise, I don't have any sponsors or.
I mean, it is the Pullers Championship. I mean, you qualified by popular vote. So, I mean, hey, come on. Wouldn't you say, Matt, that's a good reason?
Yeah, that's a good reason. Got to thank the family and everybody who voted 100 times each, right? All the emails through. That's exciting. Now, did you pull in the Pullers Championship last year? Again, this is the same kind of thing. I'm kind of the naive question. I'm the public eye on this. Have you been to the Pullers Championship? Have you pulled?
I have not been.
Okay, so that's exciting. First time in. I'm sure you've watched it in the past. What's your feeling? What's your expectation? You got some goals that you want to lay on us here?
Well, my first goal is to get there with no hiccups. It is a nice 12-hour jaunt to get there. So if we can get past that hurdle, the weekend should go pretty good. But no, it'll be. I've been looking forward to pulling with some other trucks, and there's a lot of tough competition going, and it'll be fun.
Sure.
Yeah, nice to see some that you don't, maybe from throughout the country, but don't actually get to pull against, right? Kind of stick your head around and see what's going on. I always equate it to the auctioneer and me. We've been in the World Auction Contest was last week, and you see people and hear things that you don't hear at home, right? It's like, okay, so what are people doing different? What are they attempting to do, or how are they approaching certain things? So that part's always kind of fun. And like you said, getting there is probably the hardest part. Once you're there, it's just pulling. So
right.
Well, that's why exciting. You leave a day or two early, just in case you have trouble or a flat tire or blow an engine in the hauler.
Oh, God, I hope it don't go that bad. I mean, we'll bring tires and everything. I know lots of times when I was John Raymond, how many tires we went through to get there.
Oh yeah. Oh heck yeah. Yeah, John Raymond, one of the few chrome roll cages in the world. Yep. Yeah, that's very familiar with John. He's a good man. So. Says sounds like someone has never drove through Nebraska.
No, I have not. Flown over it. That was good enough for me.
Someone says getting through Ohio is bad. Then you got to go do Nebraska, and then you're coming through Illinois with them potholes. We were talking about them tires. Keep the patch kit handy. It's bad.
I live 12 miles from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the 500 track, and somebody posted a picture on one of the local Facebook channels here in Indianapolis area, and it had a picture of the straightaway and it said the straightest and smoothest part and the only 1/2 mile without potholes in the state of Indiana, and it's about right. Yeah.
I would concur. Yeah. Yes, sir. You drive 65 from Plainfield up. It's like, okay, my teeth are still in my head, so that's good. That's good.
Well,
And luckily, the track in Nashville is going to be smoother than that, so it's not going to be a problem. That'll be exciting.
I would say so. Yeah.
Somebody asked earlier how many semis are pulling. Did they say Friday night? I'm trying to scroll through these.
I think it was Saturday.
Was it Saturday? Let me see here.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I couldn't find lineups for them on the Pullers Championship page. Are they not up yet?
No, they.
Seen them as of yet.
Yeah, no, I think they're drawing. I think this week. They got to draw the numbers yet.
So who's in charge of this thing? When Jason stops in to check on us, I guess I should bring up immediately, if you're going to have people on the podcast and we're supposed to talk to them, maybe one of the questions would be, hey, how's it feel to have 3 trucks out of 8 in the class and you're first, second, and third to hook? I mean, come on, Hey, I'm that guy that
I hope I'm not back to back because this guy is small and I don't do well running.
I'm familiar with it. I've told somebody the other day, if you see me running, you should run too, because something is hellaciously wrong behind me. Yeah. But no, I'm sure you won't draw back to back. But now that I said that,
now you can blame that guy. That's the tech official, right?
Yeah, blame me. I don't care. I got broad shoulders. I've been shot at, missed, shit at, and hit more than once. So anyway, yeah. But it's I'm looking forward to seeing some different vehicles I haven't seen. And I don't think I've ever been anywhere that you've been, Chris. So get to see all 3 of them.
Good.
But
hopefully I put on a good
You
show.
say the third one is new this year?
Yeah, we completed that one last year. It made it out for Canfield. Ohio was its first debut.
Okay.
We blew the rear end out at it and didn't do so hot.
Well, you got the torque then. That's good news.
Oh, we have torque. There's no issue with torque. It's just getting it to the ground and not breaking anything in between.
That's true. That is true.
And everybody talks and people run engines on the dyno and stuff a lot more than they ever did before. But until you actually get on the track and try to apply that power, that you might make a tremendous amount of power on the dyno, hooking it to the ground is a whole different ball game. And there's really no way to test it other than hooking to a sled. And like Hagedorn was saying, he's going to go somewhere, test and tune here in a week or so and get a run on it. But there's really no true way to, ain't like you can rent a drag strip or rent a roundy round and make some test laps. It's just no such thing.
Right.
So it's a different kind of sport.
Absolutely. I don't know how many times I've been beat by much smaller engines and everything else, and that's just because they had the right combination to hook.
Well, and that's the name of the game. Get whatever power you have to the ground and do it efficiently. And it's you can have all the power in the world, but if you can't get it to the ground, what good's it doing,
Absolutely.
So, but it sounds like you're thinking right anyway. So
no, I can't be thinking right. I own polling vehicles.
You know what? I did for 20 years. I pulled for 20 years. And before I took the job being NTPA's head tech guy, and I have to admit, it's a little bit easier walking up to a vehicle and going, oh, I don't think I'd have tried that. But I mean, you can't say that to the competitor, but you see things and they go, is it legal? Well, yeah. And in the back of your head, you're going, but I didn't make that work 15 years ago. How are you going to make it work? But you can't say that. But,
right.
I drove JR's truck at Sandwich, Illinois one time, and JR Collins. And I was going so fast, I thought, is the sled working behind me? And I actually let off the throttle just enough that put slack in the chains on Von Bauer's sled. And then I got back into it because I felt it hit me. And then I broke the chains, both of them, on the way out the gate. And I thought, oh, God, Von's going to kill me. So, but yeah, I'd never driven one. All kinds of things are shaking and moving in that cab of that old Mac. Whoa, it was quite a ride. So I can imagine.
That's the big thing with the semis. I mean, yeah, we make good power, but it's the torque. The torque is what is just incredible on the semis, and it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I have to admit, it was a fun ride. If you need a driver, I do have a fire suit in my camper. Just saying, yeah.
We might get some viewership on the old live stream if this happens.
You know what?
Idea here.
They wouldn't be getting no cherry, because you don't get no cherry when you're dealing with Larry's. All I'm going to say.
Oh, cool. How long have you been pulling, Chris? On the semis, have you pulled anything else? You into the tractors at all, or what?
Never
what else
got
you got
the tractors. Let's see. I built the General in 2015. She was quite ugly and scabbed together in the beginning, and then went through. I don't know. We pulled in basically a 4-1 class for quite a while around New York, a little bit in Pennsylvania, and had a lot of fun. Broke a lot of stuff. Decided to go big, and then rebuilt the whole General, put a whole new chassis under it and everything, because learned really quick with the torque of these semis, the frame rails had to be a lot heavier. We were twisting up stuff that I didn't think we would ever twist. The Mac, I bought the Mac in 2020, I think, from Greg Dean. He campaigned it for a long time in Virginia. Okay. It had a Mac motor in it then, had the V8. I bought it without the motor. I bought everything but the motor. And put a cat in it, and holy crap, if you want to piss a lot of people off, Mac true lovers do not like when you put a cat in it, or put a cat in a Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like that.
They're pretty proud. Yeah, no kidding. That bulldog is going to be run by a cat. That makes things
but if you want to really tick off a Mac guy, say, aren't they Volvos now? And oh my God.
So we got that truck and got it out in 21 as a 4-1 truck. We put one of our motors in it, put a 4-1 turbo on it, and we had a little fun with it. And then finally I was like, you know what, let's do it. So we put big chargers on and started playing with full pull, and we didn't have so much success the first year. Last year I had a pretty good season overall. I I missed one hook that really put me behind in the points, but I started dead last with both trucks the first hook of the year because we had clutch issues. And it took me all the way to the very last pole. We were 2 points away from getting the championship, and the championship winner got me. But it was a fun year. It kept it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing like trying to chase it all the way and then get right there.
Well, it really makes you push these things harder. And man, I was trying for it, and we had a lot of fun. And it was weird starting to win a lot, and it was nice. It was just because we put a lot of sweat and tears in these, like everyone else, and had a lot of fun. Makes it a lot more fun to go.
Cool. So do you farm too, Chris, or just are you in the trucking industry? What's your other job? What's your real job?
5th generation family farm.
Cool.
I run the trucking company and ag line business. Here for the farm. The farm, I don't know, we farm a little over 11,000 acres, which is sizable for New York. Cash crop, no dairy.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
We supply a lot of feed for dairies, a lot of vegetables. A lot of people know us from harvesting peas. That's where Pod Squad, that's a trucking company's name is Pod Squad. We've done that since 75. So a lot of years of pea harvesting. But yeah, no, it's good. Actually, New York, besides our wonderful government, is a good state with all the seasons, and Western New York, I should say. We're nowhere near that city. It's nice out here.
Yeah, your brother from Illinois knows the feeling.
Well,
it's like, we're not all that bad,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's like, when you say you're from Illinois, they think Chicago. And then when you say you're from New York, they think New York City. No, it's a whole different world. And nobody realizes until you get in either one of those states how much of that state is not cityfied. It's country. It's rural.
Correct.
It's regular people, good people.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's the truth right there.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
So what else?
It's awesome. It's just.
Kenzie's got a question. I can't believe it. Kenzie's going to ask a question. Look out. Here we go, friends.
So what else do you like to do besides pulling those big semis?
Well, we put a lot of work into these things. Besides that, I have a 4-year-old son, 6-year-old daughter, and then my stepson's 14, and they all keep us busy. My 2 hellions I'm getting punished for the way I was as a kid. That's for sure.
Oh boy.
They're a handful, but we have a lot of fun. I don't know. I guess we go 4-wheeling and do that. Mm-hmm. Spend money on stupid things. That's what we're good at.
That's true.
That's what trucking's all about. Yeah.
Yeah. Do they like going to bowls?
They do. Mom doesn't like it so much because it takes a lot of time away from family. She don't mind the polling part, actually going to the polls. It's just how much work behind the scenes has to happen, which is the same with every family. Mm-hmm. But no, they're supportive.
Yeah.
Well, from her point of view, you're driving 10 or 12 hours, taking care of everybody, including you and the children, and then it's like 25 seconds on the track, and wow, it's over. Let's drive 10 or 12 hours back, So I get her angle. I understand.
And if you have a bad showing or bad night of pulling, it's like, oh boy, here we go all the way home. That's what I'm not looking forward to running NTPA this year is we're going from 2-hour drives home to 18-hour drives home.
That's a lot of time to think about what you could have did.
That's when you say, honey, are you okay? But you don't want to say it because you'll hear what's not okay. But that's okay. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. They probably won't.
Dead silence or, oh my.
The family probably won't be able to go with me in June. June's going to be fun. I mean, it's Farley, then Hutch, then Toma back to back to back. And hopefully we can keep everything together for that. So that's going to be fun. And they're still in school. In New York, our school don't get out until the 3rd to last week in June.
Oh wow.
Well, that's a fun circuit, and you'll have some time to. And the week before Toma, you can drive 50 miles south of there and go to the Dells, Wisconsin Dells, and have some fun with the kids. You can work the kid thing in there. Trust me. So.
Will I be at
question says,
Yeah, it looks like somebody's asking if you're at Morley, Michigan.
Yes, that's on our schedule. That's the only one hook event we have for the year.
So one night hook, yeah.
I think that one.
Cool.
That one we're gonna travel up through Canada because it'll be quicker for us to go up through Canada. It'll cut up, probably 2-3 hours off the trip.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Yeah, you got to go up through the loop side, then back through. Yeah. Yep. Not bad. Not bad. Well, that's exciting. Again, coming all the way from New York out to Nashville, Illinois. Of course, Pullers Championship. Got to remind everybody. Chris Jeffres with us. Again, what part of New York is home for you, Chris? What's the name of town?
So the name of the town I live in is Wyoming, New York. We're pretty much smack dab in between Buffalo and Rochester. That's what most people know.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not bad. We're not far from the I-90. We're only 10 minutes away from getting on the thruway and hammer down.
Hammer down. Yeah, through all that snow you guys get in the wintertime. You bet. That'll make you want to go.
Yeah, the snow's not too bad. I'll deal with snow over tornadoes, hurricanes, and wildfires. I can move the snow pretty easily.
The right attitude. That's the right attitude. Yeah.
I start looking at all the disasters happening, down in the south, and it's like they can have that.
Yep.
And I've been to Chapel Hill a couple times and about melted, and I have no desire to live there.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it ever gets cold there.
They always say that Saluda, South Carolina is the hottest pole in the South, but I beg to differ with them. Chapel Hill in July is awful.
Oh my God, it's horrible. You can't do anything without melting. I mean, if it wasn't for the great hospitality of that pole, it is not worth going to melt.
Yeah, it's truly a great event, and like you say, 99% of that is the hospitality they show. They're awesome. Yeah,
they are.
Yeah, good people down there. So anyway,
well, right
on them
that's...
deals, Matt. You surely got some more questions, Matt.
Well, just working on a few. I know we had someone coming on. I think Kenzie said at 8:45. Is that right? Do we have someone?
Yeah,
Shane's getting wired up. Look at that. He's got help to wire him up for sound. I know we're keeping the show moving a little. Otherwise, later I'll start telling jokes.
I'd say that's Shane's IT guy, right, Shane?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
The way he's grinning, yeah.
Ryan's trying to get it figured out because I have no clue what I'm doing.
Okay.
Welcome to the show. That's about what we're doing here.
That's all right. I got it. I just got my phone propped up here. It's working.
Is it his job to make you look good?
No, that's not possible.
Good, because it ain't working. That's all I'm going to say. I didn't want to offend you, but yeah, good. It's not working.
That's all right. We've been working all day, so we're kind of tired, so we don't have a lot of fight left in us for the day.
Are you getting about done planting?
No, we're about probably 40-45% of the way through it.
How about you, Chris? How many acres you say you farm?
A little over 11,000. We're probably last week was our first good week of planting, so we've been wet up here. We've had definitely a wet spring. We're probably, I don't know, a third of the way planted.
Yeah, you'll be busy middle of May then. That's going to be tough.
Yeah, I rent mine out now, so if it rains, I close the door on the shop, but it's awful wet around here. Nobody's put a seed in the ground for like 25 or 30 miles around me. I live west side of Indianapolis, so it's pretty wet. So.
We've been lucky our way. We've been able to plant the last few days, but you go about 4 or 5 miles all the way around us, and it's been wet. We just been lucky. We've been able to put seed in the ground, and
right.
I've been planting mail row like crazy, and we're actually planting right now, and well, they are. I'm not. I'm here.
I was going to say the cab of the tractor looks pretty comfy there with the photos on the wall behind you.
Yeah. yeah.
Just saying.
He's planting right now. We've been having a few issues with the planting tractor, but we're getting them dialed in.
So Chris, with 11,000 acres, do you run a great big wide blue planter or a great big wide green planter?
Actually, we run red. We primarily a red farm. We've had pretty much every color there is, but the service we've had with our local dealership with red is why we stay red, because it works. They have good service, so we stay with them.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
We've had blue planters. They're good. We've had John Deere planters. They've treated us good. So
out our way, it's either seems like it's blue or green. So, and if it's green and if it's a farmer that big, it usually says DB in the front of the number for deer Bauer. Yeah.
We actually have a Fendt planter and tractor. They're bringing it around for, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. They want us to plant with a 24 row that they're trying to get a bunch of acres on in New York. So we're going to see how that works.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
My neighbor just got one of them, and they've been in the same 80 acres for tomorrow will be 7 days.
Oh boy.
With a Fendt planter?
Yes, sir. And I don't know what the problem is. I didn't stop and ask, but it's in the same 80-acre field for a week, so it ain't good.
Wow.
Oh.
It won't last long here if that's the case.
The one day there was 5 people out there working on it, 2 techs, and I don't know what the other guys were doing, but they've been having fits, obviously.
Well, there's usually a regional rep taking photos and shaking his head a lot if that happens, you know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, but it probably isn't good. Yesterday they made 1 pass.
Cool.
So
It's probably a microchip from China that failed.
A lot of that going on. Yeah. Still.
Everybody gives all the Oriental technology heck, but seems like they all use it anyway because you can't get much else to make it work. So I couldn't farm by today's standards. I'm not that computer savvy. Of course, Shane has to have an IT guy keep looking at the side of the phone there or whatever he's playing.
yeah, he's making progress.
I'm making headway of something. At least I think I am.
He's making progress.
If you see double of us in a couple seconds here, you'll know I did something right.
Chris, you got anything else you want to share with us before we let you go and Shane takes over?
I'm pretty good. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all next week. And Larry, stay away from my trucks. Don't give me any help. So.
Well, usually when somebody tells me, hey, don't look at my truck, normally that's the first truck I go look at.
You can look at them. I don't care.
There's going to be a lot of tech guys there. I'm just going to kind of supervise them and keep them on the up and up. And I'll be gentle, put it that way.
All right.
If it's not unsafe, I'm pretty sure it'll go down the track. So anyway.
Well, have a good night, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on, Chris.
Thanks for being on. And once again, if you guys got people at home, watch that live stream. It'll be available for a real reasonable price and a quality show to watch. So look forward to seeing you, Chris. Thanks.
That was good. Thanks, guys.
Good luck, Chris. Thanks.
So
there, look, we got Shane there. We got a finger. I hope that is.
Wow.
Anyway.
That's me.
And is that a gun safe behind you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, mine's over there, so we don't talk about that. It's not a gun show, dang it. Anyway, I did get the Super Farm lineup to print. Have you seen it yet?
I have.
You seen the lineup, Shane?
Yes, I did.
On Friday looks like your 7th hook. No.
8th hook. I
Your
think.
9th hook on Friday. 9th hook on Friday and 8th hook on the Saturday.
Right.
With the thumping pumpkin. Yeah.
Well,
So
I don't know if that's a good spot or not, but we're going to find out.
I don't know. We'll find out. Like you say, it looks like Slama on Friday nights. He's Lucky Ducky. He's the test hook.
Okay.
And he's second on Saturday night. But you got some pretty tough competitors there. But you know what? When it comes to orange, I don't know anybody any tougher, especially in the Super Farm class than you. So
There's probably a whole bunch of smarter people that aren't running orange.
Well, you run a long time and run very good. So it's if they're a true truck and tractor pull fan and like different colors other than red or green, I'm sure you're one of their favorites. That's all I got to say.
We sure do put forth a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Seems like every time we turn around, it's something.
Sure. And you're main guy on Ship Shawana, right?
Well, me and Travis are. Yeah, we're kind of excited about that. It's going to be a whole new venture for us on the 14th and 15th of June.
Right.
We're just getting things finalized, between what we're doing. Everything's set up with Pro Pulling League, but it's kind of hard to get everything coordinated. It seems like everybody's busy doing stuff, and we're getting it. I'm sure there's going to be a whole bunch of growing pains.
Mm-hmm.
This was the first time you guys have put one on? Okay.
Yeah, it's the first time we put one on.
Unfortunately for you, I guess I'm coming up. So I'll be there, and the rest of the guys that are coming, I know are veterans with the stuff. I announced.
We have a lot. We have a couple pulls a year here at the house. We got a 400 by 40-foot track out back, and we have a bunch of garden tractors that come over and pull.
Cool.
But so we got a little bit of knowledge with it, but this is at a whole different level.
Well, I know Travis builds a good track out there in the parking lot. I announced the one they had last fall, and he had a very good track. So I was impressed.
It's just like it normally is.
Cool.
I think we'll be all very happy.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Sounds like you're on the right track. Did you get the semi thing in the afternoon on Saturday figured out? Jeez, oh Pete.
Oh yeah, we got that figured out. I think we got like 18 entries already, and then there's a whole bunch of 3.0 pickup trucks, or 2.6s, whatever they are. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of them.
Right.
And then we're kind of this year we're going to have for the first annual. We didn't really know what to do for like the winner of the weekend, so we're having some custom made knives that are going to be in cases, and they're going to be engraved with the Pro Pulling League logo. And before classes, the winner will get one. So like a high point for the 2-day, or something.
Yep.
Cool.
So the winner of the weekend, that'll be kind of cool. We're working on that. Just a lot of different stuff we're trying to get. There's a lot of moving pieces.
Oh yeah. I
think we're heading in the right direction.
It's amazing. It's amazing what it takes beforehand to get an event to work right. So the Pullers Championship, have you been out there before, or is this your first time out, or what?
We were lucky enough last year to get voted in by the fans.
Okay, cool.
And we missed the automatic invite by 1 point, so we had to go through the torture of I'll call it the draft, but
the draft.
So what was the automatic invite? What's that? Is that like Jason Schultz? You buy a tractor and you get invited because it's your part of your doing an event?
No, we don't have Jason's luck.
Trust me, it's not luck on Jason's part. Never mind.
We always laugh because we got invited and we were excited to go, and then we had trouble and broke down, and the next morning we went out to get our tire after it fell off, and one of the diesel supers chain reaction had blown up, I guess, or something at the starting line, and he covered my tire. It was totally full of oil. Not only did we get to fix all our broken stuff, but it was covered with oil.
That's not good. Yeah.
No.
Looks like we got a question. It's a Robert Capo. Hello, Shane, from the same area of Pennsylvania as Phil Kelly. Where's been the toughest track to win at besides Bowling Green, Urbana, or Toma?
Well,
good question.
Is it indoors or outdoors?
There you go.
Well, you give us 2 parts. It's your show, and I'm sure you'd love to hear either.
Indoors, we can't seem to go straight at Louisville, so that would have to be the hardest one for us. And we've not did real well at Bowling Green either, so both the big shows we struggled at. So that's the 2 that we have the most trouble with.
If you're going to mess up, do it on the big one, right? I mean, that's the way it is. I know the feeling.
Fails.
I always tell everybody, you want to go the farthest distance, you might as well cover both sides of the track,
Or have the pieces go the first.
Yeah, that's true. It's nice when they're all hooked to each other at the end of it, isn't it?
Yeah, no doubt.
I asked a guy one time when I was announcing one time, a guy went out of bounds on both sides of the track before he got stopped. And I says, "What are you doing?" And he goes, after the deal, how's it going? What do you think of the track? And the guy's, he's all ticked off because he went out of bounds on both sides. And he goes, well, I went out of bounds on that side, and I thought I waved at those people. I thought, well, I'll go out of bounds on the other side and wave at those people. It was a hell of a good answer, but yeah.
Well, we kind of got a running joke with all of us, and it actually normally comes true. If we break down on the way to the pole, we lose a tire or something breaks on her, the next night, on the second night, slide all your chips in because we're going to bring it. And anything we do, it seems like the first night we lay an egg, and the next night we come back with a vengeance.
Good.
Yeah, good attitude to have. Sometimes it's like, go for broke, and broke is going, right? So here we are.
Doubt.
Like, what the hell? We're here, So
That Pullers Championship was kind of a we were excited to be there, and then after it broke, we're like, what do we do? And I called Art, and Art said, hey, you want to get it fixed? I said, yeah. So we called the guys there, in the 618 Motorsports, and they got us fixed right up with some tools and parts and stuff. And Art come down, and we worked our tail off all day. And if you look in the video the second night, as soon as I come out of the hole, I let out of it just a little bit because it was just gun shy. I mean, after the tire falls off, and I just, you know what? I said, let's just send it. And
Well, I tried. Sorry.
that's all right.
That was a good attempt, Kenzie.
Yeah, I'm good at my
Hopefully
job.
Jason wasn't watching the list.
Meh, it'll be fine.
I know they've been playing. I know they've been playing Goshen quite a bit here on Mav TV lately, and I think you were test hook, Shane, and then you dropped.
Yeah, we
and
ended
came
up
back and did
second
pretty
there.
good. I think at Goshen.
Had a little bit of trouble with the clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Ryan said, we had a little trouble with the clutch getting hot, and it was already like 90 down there on that day.
Sure.
And just got lucky and come right back, like dropped 4, I think, or 5. Goshen's kind of funny. It can either be really good or really bad. And
I know. I pulled there many, many years ago when I had hair. Yeah. Start on the high side and see if you can stay there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And
yeah,
we didn't want to hook again because you got Evansville the next night and you got Altamont the next night, and now you're putting more passes on. I already couldn't get it in gear, and you're just asking for trouble. But
right. Somebody asked if you pulled in Toma. I know you have, haven't you, Shane?
Yep, we've pulled up there many times.
Yep,
we've pulled up there many times. When it was Grand National, I think, and now it's a regional, so we don't pull up there as much, obviously, because we got the cooler on now. So, but we probably pulled there 3-4 years in a row.
Oh, I'd say so.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah, I remember colors more than I remember tractors or who, and I never remember who won or care who wins. My own son-in-law, Bud Gettinger, my daughter married, Neil Gettinger's son, and the last time he was up there, he won. Bud did. I didn't pay attention, and so I'm driving around the pit area afterwards. The poll's over, trying to smell who has the best cheeseburger on the grill, and so I stopped by there and I said, "Hey, you had a heck of a run, Bud. I guess you won." And my daughter said, "Okay, who told you, Dad? Because I know you don't pay attention to who won. But somebody had told me that he won. All I know is he didn't die and he didn't get DQ'd. So that's really all I pay attention to, But my daughter said, so who told you?"
No, I think Andy's going to stay home. We got a full car of or toter of people already. But he's welcome to come down there, though, because he was a big help last year working on it after it broke.
Yeah, who's Andy? Is that someone local or a friend? Or
He comes with Dave Whelan, and
okay,
real good young man. Yeah, like I said, he's welcome to go down with us, but we've already got 4 or 5 people in the RV, so.
It's gonna be cozy. It'll be cozy.
I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be very interesting because we've had a new RV for 2 years and never had a trailer, and we had a trailer built, and the trailer's in the barn. So now we've got all the pieces. So it's going to be like the maiden voyage. So we'll see how it goes.
So it'll be the maiden voyage with the tractor and the trailer behind the motorhome?
Yeah, well, yeah, we've got new tires, a new SCS transmission to fix all that, another new motor, new trailer, new RV. Something's got to give.
Yeah, yeah, something's
got to give.
Shane, obviously, if you're going to try new stuff, try it all at once. That way, Yeah. Wow.
If one thing can go wrong, let's just make them all go wrong, because then we know.
Well, I'm hoping that we've eliminated a lot of the issues, like with the RV and maybe the transmission. I mean, I've been waiting on Brent for my new axles. I haven't got them yet, but the last one's held pretty good, so I think we'll be all right since the breakdown. Cool. I don't know. It'll run till it falls off.
Probably shouldn't use those words after last year, huh? I mean,
you know what? It ain't gonna do no good to even worry about it.
Oh, I know. So, who's ready for steaks on the grill on that cold AC? Who's that? That Jesse Roberts? Somebody you know?
Oh yeah, He'll be down there with us. Yeah,
he's riding. He's riding with you in the new RV. So that means he's in charge of cooking steaks, or he just wants to.
He wants steaks and that. I don't know if he's riding in the new RV. He'll probably be down there with it.
All right. People that say things like that ought to be in charge of cooking for everybody else. Is what I'm saying.
He might be just.
Well, I don't know if we're going to put him in charge of the food, because we can have all the breakdowns and everything, but if we don't have good food to eat, then there's a problem.
Okay.
It's one thing to break down, but an overcooked steak is worse than
anything. There you go.
Like, well, damn, there's the kick in the nuts we didn't need.
Yeah, I mean, Arthur and I are not going to go for no good food. That's not going to work.
No.
So is Art the reason you have a garden tractor pull too at your place? Art Art build motors for them?
He builds all them motors. He doesn't really get into my pull here at the house. I mean, he will if I need help, but we normally have like the Elkhart County Garden Tractor Club come up once a year.
Sure.
But he's busy. He's actually got another hop farm he's been working on.
Cool.
He works on our two motors, and then he does all the dyno and stuff with the garden tractor. So I mean, he's actually really busy. But it's everybody, the logistics. He used to live in Valpo, and now he lives down by Indy. So getting him up here is
I know he does. Yeah,
not hard, but it's different. It's a couple hours versus an hour. I mean, that doesn't seem like a lot, but it is.
Well, it's not a lot to get there, but after you worked all day or fixed something, then driving back, it seems like,
Well, normally when he comes up, we kind of go out and get something to eat or something, and he stays here at the house.
He's got his own bed here.
Yeah, he's got his own bed here. I mean, we're tied at the waist. I mean, we've been together for.
I know he's been with you a long time, and he's a heck of a good mechanic. So
since we started, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if it wasn't for him, that tractor would not run like it does. I am so blessed to have him. You get him and Ryan Salenbean in a room together over at the dyno, and good things happen. Good things happen.
Yeah.
Every time we go over there, Ryan tries to keep him over there, and Art said, "No, I got to go home, Ryan."
Yeah, I know Art's a good wrench. Yes, he is.
He's
like you say, you're blessed to have him. So.
He's drove it and won a lot of times with it. He's. I mean, like I said, we wouldn't be doing this without him. There's no doubt. Right. Like when we broke down there.
So is he going?
He's coming with us this year. He said instead of just coming when it's broke, he's going to show up at the start.
Good.
So he'll definitely.
Yeah, I wondered if he was coming.
Yep, he'll be there.
Good deal.
Now with that, Shane, what's up? Again, we're talking about keeping it all together. Expectations. Is there anybody you're looking to beat at the Pullers Championship? Looking at the list, is there someone you're like, darn it, this is the one I got to beat, even if I come in 8 out of 9? Is there someone like that? What do you got for us there?
we all talk crap and trash, and everybody knows me and Don love each other, and I always want to beat him. But if we break or he breaks, I'd help anybody there at a moment's notice.
Sure.
Sure. In fact, when he broke over at Goshen, I offered him my shop because it's only 30 minutes away.
Right.
Good group of guys. Now, there's nobody I want to beat in particular. I want to beat all of them. But
right.
And everybody wants to win, so somebody's got to lose. So first of all, you got to be humble to win, and we've been humbled many a times. So
yeah, but what you finished? Didn't you finish like third or fourth in the championship?
Out of the last
Champions Tour,
4 or 5 years, I think we finished second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Okay.
So we just can't seem to get around. We're not consistent, Consistency is what wins championships. Doesn't matter if you got the most power or not the most power. When you got, classic example. We were at Terre Haute last year. We were last hook. That was where you wanted to be to win.
Sure.
It was on. Everybody always says they're on the winning pass. On the winning pass, broken injector line. Fixed the injector line. The next night I come out in Princeton and won. That's just the way that tractor rolls. When I break something, or the next night it's a beast.
Mm-hmm.
Down at Goshen or at Evansville, we had a plug come out that's in the cold air side of the intake, and found out that was gone. We went to Josh's shop and worked on it. The next night we come out in Mount Sterling and won. It finished dead last in Evansville, and we won at Mount Sterling. There's no consistency, and we're not going to do any better than what we're doing until we get consistent.
Well, sounds like though if you have an issue the first night or whatever, the next night you make up for it though.
Well, yeah, but you can't finish first and last because then you have fifth.
I know, but still, you're getting some redemption in that second day hook. There's a lot of guys out there that's got 2 days of having trouble.
This is true. True.
Yeah, there's two kinds of consistency, right? You can be consistently on top, and then there's the alternative. So
that's great. That's great. That's great, Matt. Bring that up, Matt. At least he's not having that kind of consistency.
Definitely.
Right. I would rather be inconsistent if it was up to me, because I've been consistently bad at a lot of things in life. So
it is what it is.
Yeah.
If there was a blueprint to it to win everything, it would be no fun.
Right.
That's right.
We're always trying, and like I said, that's kind of our running joke. The next night after we break, it's what it is.
Yeah.
I've had more firsts than I have anything the night after I break.
I'll be damned.
And that's really kind of weird if you think about it.
So if you put it on a graph or a chart tomorrow night, looks like you really might kick their ass, huh?
Hey, the last time we were out, the oil pump shaft went across Freedom Hall.
Oh,
so
wow.
That's all I'm going to say. The first night down here, you never know.
Yeah.
But, you also got to remember, last year, the place to be was the first couple hooks. It was a fact. And we were in a spot to do really well. Now this year we might take our lumps because maybe the tail end won't be so good. I don't know.
Well, it depends on the track and the conditions, but seems like you're either best to the first of class or the last of class. I don't know. I always, when I pulled, I like to be third or fourth hook. That way the sled was set, and I didn't have to make that decision. Do I want to accept it or not? But I had
right.
Yeah.
One of the nice things about being down there, they want everybody to make the second night, so they normally get a good setting. They do a real good job with the sleds, and they let you run a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
this will be the first year we haven't had to run high gear every pass, because in our tractor, the straight through the transmission is our direct, and that's the only thing that wouldn't break. When we start going through the splitters and all that, with the torque that the cooler makes, we just made pieces. So every night that I ran high gear.
I'll be dang.
It's just what we had to do. Now we got this new SCS gearbox, we got some options, which might not be good, might be bad. I don't know.
So you're saying you got one or two maybe that's an overdrive, not just direct?
Well, I always go fast. You know me. I like to go till I kill it.
I know that. Yeah. But you know what? If you're used to always going fast, it means you usually want to go faster.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
We
Enough
wanna go
said,
fast.
right?
Mhm.
Enough said. Yeah.
But we got to have enough power to do that.
I understand. Well, like you say, you got some of the best people helping you build the motor, so it should make good power. So
It does. It does. Like I said, everything's good. The reliability on the motor is there. It's just been everything from the motor back. I mean, axles, transmissions. I mean, we were at Shipshawana 2 years ago and blew the bottom of the transmission right out. I mean, yeah. So that's been our holdup. And having that good transmission, I think, will free up some horsepower to get to the ground.
right.
I mean, I don't know. We got a completely new setup, and we'll find out. I mean, we thought we were ready for Gordiwana when we went over there, and we were not. And some of my buddies up in Wisconsin put it on me pretty good. So
Well,
I gotta get with them this summer on that.
there you go.
But
There you go.
it's all in good fun.
Mhm.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I know you always have a good time, and whenever I'm around you, you're enjoying it. So I
Oh yeah.
don't think I've ever seen you throw a helmet like some people do when they get done running. So
No, we don't
No.
do that.
we got a couple that do. We got a couple of Bowling Green. I've seen them throw a helmet pretty hard at their crew.
Yeah, but then if you do bad and you break it, and then you throw your helmet, now you got the helmet all screwed up too. So now you got 3 things busted.
I forget who it was now. It was a red tractor, and he threw his helmet to his goonie or his helper, whatever you want to call him, and he didn't catch it, and he ran right over it with a 30.5. And I'm thinking, all right, that's pretty fitting. It went crunch. I'm thinking, okay. I mean, I'm sure the guy went over to Simpson there in the infield and bought another one, but you know,
Right.
he was upset and threw his helmet to his goonie, and the goonie didn't catch it, and he ran right over it. It was awesome.
Well, I usually get frustrated inside, like when the tire broke off down. If you look, I just grab a hold of the roll cage and just talk to myself inside there, and I actually tell myself, "Don't make an idiot of yourself."
I understand.
So,
well, not everybody has that much self-control.
Yeah, we got to, because a lot of kids are watching, and a lot of people are watching. And you don't want us to be acting a fool out there.
I agree. I wish everybody had that train of thought. So
Yeah, end of the day, it's still a hobby. You know, it might be expensive as hell and take a ton of work, but it's still supposed to be fun, right? So, you know, we do the best we can and leave the bad days for the bad days, you know?
Well,
sounds easy.
Like I said, you got to be humble before you can be really good and win.
That's true. That's
And,
very true.
Most of the guys on the tour are humble. A few are not, but we get them humbled every so often.
Well, in your class, you've got a good group of people that are consistently competing against each other. And I'd have to say, of all the different divisions that I've been around and been responsible for being the cop in charge, I don't know that we've ever had any trouble with the Super Farm bunch, and they seem to get along pretty good on and off the track. So
yeah, it's a good group.
It is a good group, yeah. So anyway, Waylon said that he's going to come to Shipshawana. Thinking about, is he going to put on an intercooler? Or acts like he is.
Oh, he talks a lot. I doubt it, because I think he's going to go from there to. He said he was going to stay both days, but I think he's going to leave after the first night and go to Wauseon on the second night.
Okay.
But there should be probably, I'm going to say 6 or 7 guys from up north here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Lee will be down. I think Dave will be down. Brad Hart's coming.
Good.
And maybe a few other ones.
Yeah, Hart called me, wanted to know. He goes, "What's the difference between the rules?" I'm going to come down and pull Shane's pull, and I said, "Well, the biggest thing is
you ought to know it."
I know, and I said the biggest thing is put bolts behind your cage and the turbo, and then just bring the damn thing down. I said, "You're pretty close. I guarantee you're going to pass."
You'll be fine.
Yeah,
He'll be
he seemed to
fine.
worry about it. Yeah, he's a good guy. So
Yep. Yeah, he's a good guy. Him and Dave Lee, they're all first class guys.
oh yeah, you are correct. You are correct. So I would expect we had more questions for Shane tonight on our Facebook people. Where's all our Facebook Super Farm fans? Surely they got more questions.
I know. Usually they're spot on with this.
Yeah.
Kind
And
of quiet on us tonight. Yeah.
has Jason not checked in on us yet, or is he just being quiet and letting us hang ourselves out to dry, Matt and I?
Oh no, he hasn't showed up yet. He's fashionably late again.
Well, that's maybe his Tesla needs charged. I'll shut
Yeah,
up.
probably.
I think they're doing a good job.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
well,
I
Well,
tried.
Hell of a
Thanks
nice
for-
guy there, Shane. You bet.
thanks for the vote. Thanks for the vote. Yeah. Yeah, I keep asking Jason. I said, so you got a 5-year-old kid hired to sit with you in the Tesla while you take a nap and just touch the steering wheel ever so often so it knows someone's still in charge? He said no. So I don't know.
No, he gets put in jail a lot, in Tesla jail a lot.
There's a question.
Yeah, there it is. How did you pick the tractor name, Shane?
You know what? We actually wrote a bunch of names down on a piece of cardboard and put them in front of it. And there was a bunch on there that we can't even bring up. And then there was a bunch of them on there that. And when I actually bought it, I was going through a divorce. So there was all kinds of names on there.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. And I picked one that was kind of kid friendly. And then the guy who did the side shields actually was an older guy that had Parkinson's, and he freehanded airbrushed it. Well, the first time he did it, after we were thinking about the name of that, he had a cigar in its mouth, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I said I don't like that for the kids and stuff. So he actually redid it without it, and we just kind of picked the name. I mean, it was just something friendly that was, you know what I mean?
Oh, it's definitely kid friendly and it's catchy. I mean, I know a couple announcers that love to say "thumping pumpkin." Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, Denver just loves it.
Yeah, well, I mean, oh, good. Denver, if you're watching, God love you, bless your heart, and say hi to Judy. But that's all I'm going to say.
Shane, who's that behind you sneaking in there? Looks like you got a furry friend
That
with
is
you.
Sawyer. Sawyer, come over here. He's
Sawyer's like, it's bedtime. Yeah.
Is he a Labradoodle?
Golden Doodle.
Golden Doodle.
Yeah, he's coming to the Pullers Championship with us.
Oh,
Cool. I'll have to come over and visit with him. I don't have a German Shepherd in here tonight, and I threatened to take one with me to the Polar Championship, and I thought, no, Larry, when it's your first event, you're actually working for Pro Pulling League, you probably should leave the dog at home. So anyway, yeah, I've got a couple. Well, there's 11 German Shepherds on the farm, but there's one or two that just love Dad because Dad feeds them more than Mom does, I think. But yeah.
He's my buddy. He goes out in the shop with me quite a bit.
Yeah.
And but he's really a good dog.
Dogs
Can't beat
are
it.
definitely man's best friend. I can
He
assure
actually
you.
will go and do all sorts of stuff with me around the farm, but you put him in a vehicle and he is terrible. He
Really?
will not sit. Oh, he shakes. He drools. It's like it is a complete mess.
That's not the poodle part of him.
I don't know what it is, but he's got 5 hours to ride in that RV. You better settle down before we get too far into it.
Well, they make medicine for that. I'm just saying. My dog loves to go to the bank, but it hates the dog biscuits they give her. So
Oh, he won't eat them at all. He just
no.
drops them right out of his mouth.
Well, in the dog's defense, have you ever tasted one?
No.
I thought one time, what the hell could be so bad about these things? So I just bit the corner off one because I'm a fat guy and I ain't afraid to eat anything. And I thought, oh God. So she and I had to go to McDonald's and she had to have a cheeseburger and so did I. Yeah. Get the taste out of her mouth, but take it from a guy that tasted a milk bone. It's not good.
We're allowed to have pets at the Pullers Championships, aren't we?
Yeah,
What?
Okay, we can
Sure.
bring our dog, can't we?
as far as I know.
Okay.
Kenzie's going to bring better treats than the bank has, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be my best friend.
If they tell you can't, between your hauler and my camper, we'll make sure it's got a place to go. We'll hide it, but I'm sure it's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. I don't have much else to ask, Shane. You guys got anything?
Well, I know it's getting later for everybody else too. For me, it is, man. It's bedtime for this guy, so I'm always kind of getting.
You're an hour behind me, so don't.
I know it.
Don't cry me a river like that.
Yeah, that's it.
I appreciate you guys having us on here.
Yeah,
well, we appreciate you being on, Shane. And we wish you the best of luck at the Pullers Championship, and the best of luck with the event coming up there in June. Ship Shawana. Like I say, I'll be up there trying to be in the way, and we'll have fun. So
we're looking forward to both events. We're excited.
Right.
Summer's here. I can't believe it. Spring, late spring, and summer. Now we're rolling.
Yeah, it was 84 degrees here today.
I told the guys the other day, tractor pulling's a job and farming's turning into the hobby.
That's about right.
Yeah, it's coming to.
But no, thanks for having us. So I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for coming on and helping us and promoting events too. Besides just pulling in them, everybody that pulls a tractor pull should have to promote one. Everybody that has a child should have to drive a school bus for at least a month. Everybody that eats in a restaurant should have to wait tables or 10 bar for at least 2 or 3 weeks. They would better appreciate the other person's perspective. And I really believe in life. What goes around comes around. So I know you always are fun to be around, Shane. And like you say, your tractor's kid friendly, and your event up there in Ship Shawana is going to be a great one. But I personally thank you for coming on and making Matt and I and Kinsey sound like we knew what we were doing tonight.
Hey, you guys did a great job. We appreciate it.
Well, I love it when a man lies to me. Yeah.
No, I'm not. Hey, Larry, you've known me for too long.
I know that. I know that. I'm just kidding. So,
well, good luck next week. We'll be looking for you. Larry's going to be down there, and I'm going to be watching from the screen. So we'll see what happens with that new transmission too.
I'm going to come over and pet the dog. I'll talk basketball.
Visit the dog.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Safe travels. You bet.
Yep. Bye-bye.
So what do you think, Kinsey? Will we get high enough marks that will let us do it again, or you think we'll all get fired? Or what do you think?
Oh, he won't fire us. We're pretty safe.
I've been trying.
Don't fire slaves and people that work for free. I mean, I hope you're getting paid, Kinsey, but I know Matt and I aren't.
Yeah.
Well, I did get a microphone. Yeah.
Hey, at least, you got a nice one. I just got this white one that hangs sits on my table.
Okay. Well, my wife actually had to be on a Zoom call for a dog competition, dog trial thing. And she goes, "Can I use your office and the stuff you use for your podcast thing for the Zoom call?" And I said, "Most certainly." And so I had to sign her on, whatever. And I'm sitting here getting her all dialed in. And the first thing they said was, "Wow, you have a nice microphone." I said, "It was a gift. Don't worry about it." Anyway, Larry, will 4-wheel drive trucks ever return to Goshen anytime soon? I'm not sure actually who's on the schedule this year, but I don't think they ran 4-wheel drive trucks last year at Goshen. I know they had 2-wheel drives, but now correct me if I'm wrong, Kinsey and Matt. Are 2-wheel drives at the Pullers Championship? They're not, are they?
Nope.
They
are not.
So anyway, but yeah,
not yet.
Oh, they were the first year.
Okay.
Were they? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know what we're supposed to do the next 30 minutes, so let's just sign off early. And if Jason don't like it, say, "Hey, we saved you money. You could advertise. You could have been on here and saying, 'Hey, don't forget to advertise with Beer Money Pulling Team. We'll promote your event. We'll do all the social media for you. All you got to do is tell us what to do, and then pay us a little.'"
There you go.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
You just did it in 30 seconds versus he did in 30 minutes.
Am I wrong? I mean, come on, think about it.
No, you got that down pretty good.
Yeah.
Attention goes where the money flows, right? So jump in on that. That's always a good one. They want to remind folks that, of course, Pullers Championship, full pull bets, right? So we're going to have some fun with that. I had some fun with Shane thinking about it. I was taking notes. He said if he screws up the first night, he's coming back to win the second night.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and make some money back on that if we can, and thank him for that. And we also learned that the bank dog treats aren't very good. So we're doing we got some education in tonight. And Chuck Hobbs is sitting in a tractor because that might be why a lot of questions were tough to come by. There's people trying to knock some seed into the ground around everywhere. So hopefully all our farming friends and sponsors are out there safe, and neat to have guests from all over, right? Missouri, New York. Nice to meet Chris. Excited to see the 3 semis pull, and then of course finished off with Shane. So it was good. We'll be back.
Very good.
I think it was good for I'm pretty sure that we did okay. We
survived. They haven't killed us yet. So
yeah, nobody died. So it's a good.
That's right.
I got embarrassed.
I was at the dentist again today for like the 5th straight Monday, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get a pulling tractor out of my wallet before it's over. So yeah, just a little sore and banged up, but still smiling through. And it's like, okay, money goes where the party is. I love it.
So you did not brush your teeth regularly as a younger person?
You can spit shine them all you want, Larry, but like you said, down in Florida, the darn peanuts get you every time. So
yeah, it does. Yeah,
it just does.
It's part of it.
It is. So we're all good. We're still smiling through. I hope everybody has a good night. I'm going to hit it so I can get up and do this all day tomorrow. But you guys are the best. Thanks for letting me be a part of it. And check in next week. What do we got? One more Monday before the big show, Ken's? Is that the story?
Yeah.
And
we're
on the road. So we better have some good guests next week because we're into it. And then it's showtime. That's right. Pulling season is here. I know June 1st we start, and then it's like nonstop until September. And I'm on a short schedule compared to some. So
you got the nice schedule.
Yep, light schedule. You guys are busy, so that's good. I'm not that talented, so that's okay.
And there'll be T-shirts available at the Pullers Championship. This one came from last year's event, which I did not attend, but it was sent to. I don't think they had anybody else that had a 4X need for one, and I think Jason thought, who can we give a 4X? And he called it and gave it to Larry. So
anyway. Send it with a microphone. You got it.
All right. Well, good night to everybody. We will see
everybody have a safe week, and we'll see you next Monday.
Happy farming, everybody.
Make some noise. Good running. John Deere out of Ocean, Iowa coming up. We got one right behind you.